Hello, everybody. I look like I'm moving around. I got some technical difficulties. All right. Well, welcome to Queen's Ransom Week 3. Can you hear me okay?
Sound great.
Okay, great. So I am joined today by Janae, aka Team Schmoopy. And we have Fantasy Football Blondie should be joining us shortly. And let's just jump right into it, right? So we've got the wish list is in the house. That is our founder and our collaborator. So he's the one that keeps us going. He created this league just so we could see more women in fantasy football. All right, let's talk about Janae. Let's talk about reactions to Akers going to the Vikings. What do you think?
Sorry, I have a 3-year-old screaming at me. Akers to the Vikings. Interesting. I'm hoping that he's going to be able to do something there because I just feel like he wasn't being.
This is the life.
Like he wasn't being utilized where he was. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Sorry.
Sure, no worries. So while she's gone, because we all have real lives, we're talking about Akers going to the Vikings. Now, I think that Madison isn't being utilized correctly. Also, I just don't think that he is doing the job that they need him to do. They also need another running back to be able to protect Kirk Cousins. So we have Wishlist says, your child does not like Akers. I don't know how many people do. But I'm a fan, actually. I'm a fan of him going to that location. I think that he's going to get a decent amount of production. Obviously, he's got to learn the playbook, and we'll see where that goes. How's it going?
Here when I had him, and he just didn't do anything for me.
You had Akers?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if it was our league, but in the past I've had him, and it was never a good thing.
All right. We've got Jared in the house. Madison is overrated in his opinion. I agree. There was a lot of people on Madison season, and obviously he is not doing what we need for him to do for our fantasy teams. So I'm excited to see what the change in the backfield is going to do for Minnesota. And we have Vanessa in the house. I believe that is Vanessa from our league. She jumped into our DMs and she asked us if she could join the league. And so now we have her competing, I think her first year in fantasy football without her husband. So yeah, absolutely. Okay, moving on. All right, so we're going to jump into injuries, and Wishlist says, Janae, you want to go ahead and take this one?
Yeah, does Hunt hurt Ford's value? Did bidders get screwed?
Well,
I don't think Hunt hurts his value. I mean, he's not going to be game ready. I don't know how long, but he's not game ready right now. So, no, I think Ford's okay for now. We'll have to wait and see on that one.
I agree. And I was just telling you before we started that I saw somebody bid $1,000 in Fab for Jerome Ford. And I just think that's a little crazy. There's still, 15 weeks of football left. I mean, 13 weeks for us, right? So I just thought that's a little.
Even if you had, I saw people put up insane amounts of Fab for Ford, and I'm like, they didn't even have Chubb, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I jumped on it. I always save week 1 waivers. Even if I lost, I usually save week 1 because I know something's going to happen. So I was able to grab him in Queen's Ransom, hoping that helps me out because I am 0-2, goose egg, dead last.
Like, you needed him more than me. I lost Chubb, but I was like, I deserve to lose out on that.
I need some help. Do I have is my screen moving slowly because I have a lag over here?
It's not too bad. It's a little bit, but not insanely bad.
All right. It's driving me crazy. So all right, so let's jump in. Okay, so injuries. Now we've got quite a few on the slate. We've got who are some injuries that you have that are affecting your team? Anything besides Chubb?
Just Chubb. Other than that, no. That was the only one that got me.
Okay, so we have David Montgomery has a thigh bruise, so that's a big issue. We have, let's see, we've got Devontae Adams has an injury as well. He's got a concussion, so week 3 is to be determined. Yes. Obviously, we know about Cooper Cup already. Christian Watson definitely won't be back this week. Brandon Ayuk is week 4 or 5. He'll be back. So Debo Samuel is in play if you can trade for him.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've got
Richardson. He was on concussion protocol, but he switched from out to questionable. So
okay. Yeah, I think we'll have to monitor Richardson as well. Barkley is out. This is wish list is letting us know Barkley is definitely out. We have another question. Let's see. It says, would you rather be 0-2 or 2-0 and lose Chubb?
Hey, there you go. That's us two right here.
Exactly. That's exactly where we're at. So I don't know if I like being in this spot, but
yeah, thanks. Was that Scotty? Just put salt in that wound. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. It was ugly. I have him in. I have Chubb in one league, so and I'm 0-2 in that league as well. I'm doing pretty well in the rest of them though, so that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead.
Oh no, I was able to pick up some okay people, but it's snake to record.
Yeah, we just never know. So we have let's see, Jalen Waddle is concussion protocol as well. Jacoby Myers. Joe Burrow, that's another big conversation we need to have. Obviously, he hasn't been performing quite well. That calf injury wasn't fully healed as he started out the season. So now we move on to him re-injuring that calf. And Joe Burrow owners, who can we pick up? I have one in mind. Excuse this broadcast is going very well. I have ambulances everywhere. Welcome to Los Angeles.
Now I can hear.
As Jared says, is Burrow. Yes, exactly. It's cold out here for Burrow owners. And I think not Anthony Richardson, sorry, Gardner Minshew, I think, is a good option for streaming.
Yeah, absolutely.
He did really well. I think he even scored a touchdown as well. So we have Gardner Minshew. You have options for, let's see, in deep leagues, I don't know who's still available. If we go with 12-team leagues, we've got, let's see what quarterbacks are looking available in some of these short leagues.
Wilson, Pickett.
Yeah, after Pickett's performance last week, I'm not sure how everybody's feeling about him. I know it was a divisional game, and it was, obviously there was just a lot of confusion going on. But Matt, like for instance, I have a
favorite pickup.
Yeah, we have Mac Jones is available in one of these leagues. Daniel Jones is available in one of our in our league. Let's see who is available in Queens.
Derek Carr, Mayfield. DJ Stroud, he's questionable though. He was shoulder injury. He was limited on Wednesday.
The ambulance was picking up Burrow. Yes, absolutely, and his Burrow owner because she is not doing well with the internet and the ambulances on the outside here. Okay, so sorry, I have a lag and it's not doing us any justice. Here we go. Zay Jones has a knee injury, so we need to monitor that as well. And then obviously Puka's oblique was not an issue. Puka owners, whoever picked him up, what are your thoughts on Puka and him moving forward when Cooper Kupp gets back?
It'll be interesting to see because I don't know, Kupp he could just come back and get injured again. That kind of tends to be his MO sometimes. He's just one of those players. So it'll be interesting how the team utilizes Puka even after Kupp comes back.
Okay. So like I said, we have for waiver wire ads, we've got Jerome Ford. Obviously he's an 85% owned in sleeper. Pierre Strong's only 9%. So he's somebody, if you're really struggling and you have a bench spot, you can throw Pierre Strong on there just in case something happens, because Hunt isn't going to be available right away for waivers. I'm sorry, Hunt is not going to be available right away for gameplay. They might throw him out there, but he'll be on the snap count.
Yeah, he's already on my bench.
All right, let's go ahead and share this week. I don't really want to talk about what happened to me, but
yeah, I can do that. That's okay.
All right, let's get it. We are. All right. Apparently I have a giant lag and I don't know why. Sorry, guys.
Do we miss a question?
No, here we go. Sam Howell. Sam Howell might be available as well. All right, so here we are. We have week 3 coming up. Actually, it started right on me, of course, because we're on my sleeper. Going up against Dresses and Salted Pretzels. Now they're 0-2 as well, so hopefully we have a good matchup. It looks like it because we're 50-50 at this point.
Yeah, I looked at that earlier today.
I was able to get, like I said, I was able to grab Jerome Ford. I think Brees Hall's going to have a better game this week. He only got 9 yards last week, and I think that's going to have to change. What do you think?
Absolutely. I was like, he just underperformed, but I don't think it was entirely his fault. I think that was a weird play calling week.
I agree completely. Now, in the case of Jamar Chase, we have a start sit question. Here we go. Let's bring it in. Tingley, who should I start at flex? Amari, Zay Flowers, Jahan Dotson, or London? Well, so London had a pretty decent performance last week. We finally saw some action from him. What were his targets? Let's see. For me, I like the usage that Cooper was getting from Watson, but I think he's unpredictable. Flowers is, I think, showing great progression in the game. Dotson, I think, is all a matter of matchup. So let's check it out. I am not with the program today, you guys. Here we go. Let's see. Dotson, that Buffalo. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
But even Flowers is in Indy, and sometimes if they're having a good week, he's going to struggle.
Yeah, I'm gearing towards London with his performance last week. He's ready to bounce back.
Yeah, I mean, week 1 was goose eggs, and then last week we bench him, and he did great. So
yeah, I think I'm leaning towards London just because of matchups only. And then Watson is looking really unpredictable. I just do want to throw a shout out to the Steelers defense. This might be political and people might not like this, but the Steelers defense, thank you for putting a hurting on that man. That's all I have to say about that. Let's put that hurt on Deshaun Watson. So, yeah, I would go with London. I don't know about your thoughts on that situation.
I 100% agree. I think he just had a flop week 1. Again, I don't think it was 100% him necessarily. He didn't look great, but then all of a sudden he bounced back, and I think he found his stride. So,
yep. I think, we got to shake off the rust, guys,
Yeah, I like London.
All right, so let's see where we're at. So let's talk about Vanessa's team. Because again, it's her first year playing without her husband in the same league. So, and then she's going up against Mrs. Wish, and she's 2-0. Yeah, talk it out.
I love Vanessa's team. I mean, it looks really similar to the team in my other league.
Yeah. So, are we concerned about Najee's performance and usage? Or do you think that Jaylen Warren was just in the right place at the right time?
I don't know. Najee's one of those players that I'm always slightly concerned in the back of my head. Like, I want to have him every season, and then he does something that I'm like, I don't like that, just over and over again.
Yeah. Oh. Did I lose sound?
No, I can hear you.
Okay, good. All right. It's just cutting in and out?
Now it's good.
Okay, good. I'm trying to close some things, hoping that everything gets a little bit better. Sorry about this, guys. Technical difficulties will be fixed next week. All right, so we have Najee Harris, Brian Robinson, Geno Smith. I like this. Brian Robinson definitely showed out last week. And then here we have Madison. I think Madison's going to obviously still be the number 1 back, but again, he's overrated, and he's not putting out the performance of an RB2 that you need. Tyreek Hill, we obviously know is a powerhouse. Chris Olave going up against the Chargers. I think that's going to be a really good matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think?
But what? Sorry.
About going against the Chargers.
I
The
mean,
Saints.
their defense never ceases to amaze me. You know, they can, especially with a team like Minnesota, they see it coming. They're predictable to them.
You tell them to get in here. Okay, so then we have Hawkinson against Pitts. This is where we bring up the Pitts conversation. So I never wanted to share of Pitts. I didn't grab any shares of Pitts. Is it time to drop him?
Yeah, again, he's one of those players that's not my favorite.
Yeah, he's just not getting the usage. Arthur Smith isn't using him. I mean, they've got Bijan, they've got Algier, they've now, finally integrated London into the game. I say finally, like we're in week 12, but
I mean, Vanessa's she's got a backup. She's got Ertz. I know she just picked him up this week, so I would play Ertz over him and maybe, give Pitts another week on the bench, but I wouldn't be crying to drop him.
Yeah, because I'm wondering, I mean, who's gonna go and scoop him up when you have we have a pretty short bench, and only one IR spot as well. So, and I don't think out can go on IR.
And I mean, one of those positions that if my tight end's on bye week, I'm like, okay.
Just 6 bench spots. Yeah. No, and Ertz is looking pretty good out there. Going against Dallas, I know it's going to be a tough matchup, but again, I'd rather get a few points than no points. Still. Yeah, Mrs. Wish, Jenny, you're looking great. You've got Brock Purdy on your bench, Roshan Johnson, Deonta Foreman. I mean, he's been inactive basically for the most part. So it's just in Juju and then Ferguson as a backup. I mean, she's looking real nice over here.
Yeah, look at those two sitting in IR. Just got Cup and Taylor marinate until they're ready to come back.
Oh, man. I'm telling you.
We're going to be in trouble when they do.
Yeah, she's a force to be reckoned with. If this were like a dynasty league, I might just tank this year to win next year, but I can't do that. So I'm gonna keep on keeping on. Hold the fort down, guys. If you're struggling, hold the fort down. All right, let's get into it's you and Blondie.
I know, that's why I wish she was here. I don't know where she is.
I know. All right, let's talk about this matchup. So what are you going to do about Richardson if he's leaning towards not playing?
I don't know. I think he is going to play. I think it was less severe than they had let on. I think they were trying to scare whoever, possibly the Ravens, psych him out thinking it's going to be an easy game. But just from looking at the injury, looking at when he went down and got a concussion, it didn't really look that bad, but you never know with concussions. I think I'll cross that bridge when I come to it, probably even Sunday morning, and see who's sitting available.
Agreed. I like your style of play. You're like, I'm just going to wing it. So let's do it. So we've got Josh Allen, Tony Pollard against Justice Hill. I think you've got that one in the bag. Ramondre Stevenson against AJ Dillon. I'm pretty sure you have that in the bag as well. I know Aaron Jones is out. Let's see, what did
but just from matchup in New Orleans. Where is it?
Say that again?
Oh, I said just with AJ Dillon with the matchup against New Orleans, even though it's in Green Bay.
Yeah. Sorry. Hold on. I lost me. I'm winning today, guys. It's been a long day. All right, here we go. AJ Dillon. In New Orleans. So
no, they're in Green Bay, but for some reason up against New Orleans, like that's just a matchup that I think they're going to struggle with the defense.
Okay. And then we got Keenan Allen against Justin Jefferson. This is where it gets a little tighter. Chargers at Minnesota. I mean, the way Minnesota's playing, they're playing very, very well. They're just not winning games.
Yeah, that's literally a matchup. I love it.
Yeah, the defense, I know there's quite a few people that are injured on the defense for Minnesota as well, so you might be in luck there. And then we have, we're back to back here. We got wide receiver 1 against wide receiver 1.
So good.
And then, so Michael Thomas against Puka. Let's see if Puka can continue this streak. What do we think? I think that, he just looks explosive.
And I'm so excited because I want to see the Rams do well, and especially with Cooper Kupp injured, because usually that's all you see that looks good coming out of the Rams offense.
So RS German says that Amari, I think that Tingley should start Amari. I should have more faith.
Tell us why.
Yeah, tell us why.
Give me
All
a
right,
reason.
German.
Love it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and then so now we're going into Goddard, Fryermuth. They're playing about equal, the same. I mean, obviously, we think that the Philly has a lot of targets.
Yeah, they do. And I mean, Goddard was another one that gave me goose eggs week 1, and then he did, okay week 2. So we'll see.
He did tight end production week 2, which is nice.
Yeah.
Tight end production is that, like I said, that 8 to 11 range. If you get above that, like Hawkinson, has those explosive weeks where he gets 25 points, like last week. Thank God for some people, whoever owns to Hawkinson owners. All right, and then we're going into Zay Jones. Is definitely, he's got the knee injury. I think they're gearing towards playing him. We'll find out obviously on Friday. And then London, Digger, Elliott, and then Dallas against the Jets. I like this. This is going to be the game of the week, I think.
I know. I like the defense matchup.
So we'll come back and feature you guys in the game of the week last week and see how everything went.
Absolutely. I was like, I'll be excited.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, let's move into, let's see, we've got waivers, injuries. Trying to think any other major injuries that we have. Let's wrap it up with, let's do one more dive into our let's see, you guys are 2-0, 1-1. All right, let's see how my sister-in-law and Kiki are doing. Kiki is a fantasy football guy's wife, and Rachel is my sister-in-law.
Cool.
We've got Lamar Jackson against Jalen Hurts. We got the two of the heaviest running quarterbacks. All right, what are your thoughts on Sanders?
What's his injury? Why am I blanking?
I don't think it's anything major.
Oh, it's pectoral. He was just limited at practice. I don't know. I mean, he looked good week 1. Granted, it was against Atlanta, but he even looked okay against New Orleans. The defense was on fire last week, but he still looked decent on the field.
Yeah, so we've got, 6, let's see, 6 targets, 5 targets.
Not terrible, but
yeah, for him to be in a RB1 position, that's rough. We know Montgomery is not going to play, so we need to see. She's probably going to move that around. Let's see who she's got on her bench. Kendre Miller, I think, is he going to play this week? I don't think Kendre's going to play this week.
I don't think so.
McKinnon, Rachel, she's got some work to do. Derrick Henry, and then he's got a toe injury, and Jamal Williams is also injured. We've got, let's see. I'm used to using this on my phone, and I'm doing a terrible job today. All right. Mike Evans, who had a phenomenal week last week. Calvin Ridley as well.
Talk about carrying the team.
Yes. And then George Kittle, Zach Moss. Rachel's got to do some work. I think Kiki, it doesn't, according to projections, obviously it's not looking good, but I think that there's an opportunity here
I don't hate Zach Moss at all, actually. I quite like him.
Yeah, he did really well. So I think he's going to slide into that RB1 position for her. And then we're going to move, we're going to wait on Akers, obviously. I think we can move Gibson up, or even Warren. They might start playing Warren, giving Warren more targets as well. And then Elijah Moore, everybody's hoping for a miracle with Elijah Moore, but let's see, we had, so 7 targets, 9. He can, only caught 3 yards per carry. 14. He had 14 yards. So he had 1 big play in the first week. So everybody's hoping for this Elijah Moore comeback, and I'm just not seeing it. I'm not feeling it. So.
Yeah, I don't think you asked about Kendre Miller. I don't think he's going to be playing with Jones Jr. Not after last week.
Right. So to wrap things up, I think, ultimately the waiver wire is looking slim, you guys. If Tutu Atwell's out there, that's somebody you want to pick up. For kickers, I know this is crazy, but kickers matter too. Brandon Aubrey from Dallas, that is a streaming kicker that you need to grab. Dallas is obviously putting up points, and the more points they put up, the more the kicker puts up. We've agreed that we're dropping Kyle Pitts. At least, I mean, I'm not afraid to drop him if I had him, but I was smart enough to not draft him. And then, as for defenses, I think Kansas City's a good streamer this week, and New England's a great streamer this week as well. Other options, Nico Collins should have been picked up by now. If he hasn't been picked up, you need to go after him and get him. He is definitely looking like a true wide receiver 1. I think you were able to get him, right?
Mm-hmm. I snagged him and Hunt.
Okay, smart thinking. And then any other waiver wires that you can think of or trades that people should make with
I
all
don't
these
know about
injuries?
trades, but I mean, there were a few waiver wires. There were definitely a few waiver wires that I loved, obviously, besides the obvious. I had notes. They're gone.
That's all right. You know what, you guys? Yeah, we had a rough show. Look, it's okay. We're gonna pick it up. We're gonna get through it.
Kids are screaming at me.
The ambulances are screaming at me. We love you all. All right. Me and Schmoopy are gonna get out of here and leave you guys be. And we'll catch you next week on Wednesday. We want to thank Fantasy Wishlist. That is our founder. Without him, there would be no us. So first of all, thanking him for his generosity, for time, and his energy. So, as well as Fantasy Football Network, hit that smash that like, smash that subscribe if you guys haven't already. And we will catch you next week.
Bye, guys. Sorry for my screaming.
No, you're good.
Thanks for bearing with me.